national team call-ups, things like that. Who knows what will happen, but we can take comfort in the fact that we have guys who can step in, and there won't be any drop-off in quality. It's also good to finally get a shutout. We won that game against New York pretty handedly, but we would have wanted a shutout. Now we got one that's good for our confidence, and we just got to keep going, keep building, keep trying to get better on this pitch.
Does getting the first clean sheet this season last weekend, does that really carry over for confidence reasons into the weekend of training? Does it boost the level of training for you?
Does it boost the level of training? No, the level is always extremely high. There's always we're always trying to get better. I think it's really nice because we finally reward that hard work that we put in throughout the week and throughout the last game against Atlanta. It's put in a really solid shift, and it sucks when you then give up a silly goal. So I think we've rewarded that hard work, and if you keep rewarding yourself for hard work, then hard work comes easier, right? You're going to be happy to show up here and knowing that you can reap rewards from it. So that's what we need to do. I think I said to the guys after the game, if we play like we did against Atlanta, that kind of possession, that kind of pressure mounting on a defense, we'll be fine. We'll have a good season. The goals will come. I'm not too worried about it. We have enough quality up there. Just keep plucking away and building and trying to get better.
So getting back to the clean sheet, it takes a lot of different things, right? Concentration, hard work, like you're saying, good marking. What other things go into that clean sheet? Because it's not easy, and it's a rarity for teams to.
Yeah, every game develops in its own beast. So Atlanta was, I think, as defenders, you have to be very, very careful when all of a sudden you're now mounting 10-15 minutes of pressure on an opponent, and they're bending but not breaking. You have to be very careful because they might cheat, have one guy up top, or we get too comfortable up top and create an easy turnover, and all of a sudden they're coming down our throat. So you just have to be switched on. It's mentally more of a mental game where you. I think field players are kind of getting a glimpse of the goalkeeper world where, we didn't score unfortunately, but that makes these next couple decisions I make even more important. There's no room for error there.
And does that start with you, or at where you're at in terms of when players are moving up the field and you got to bring them back a little bit?
Absolutely, communication is key. Communication is difficult in a raucous environment like CenturyLink Field. So. It's communication here on the training field where we can hear each other, where we work on transition, offense to defense, defense to offense. You're trying to get these things ingrained in your brain so that when the ball gets turned over, even if I'm screaming on top of my lungs and nobody can hear me, because we're in a stadium, they know, okay, I got to work back, I got to come back. Transition, I think. Soccer is a game of transitions these days, where a lot of teams are hoping for turnovers and trying to capitalize. So we're trying to do that. At the same time, we want to make sure we're very prepared when we do turn over the ball so that opponents can't sneak in a goal.
Fair enough. Above all, you got to defend. Number one, above all.
Defenders are defenders. Goalkeepers are goalkeepers. Again, the game has evolved so much where goalkeepers are expected to be maestros with their feet, and left outside backs are expected to bomb forward and get assists and goals. But sometimes it's nice to take a step back, and I think remind yourself, a defender is their number one responsibility is to defend a goal. A goalkeeper's number one responsibility is to keep the ball out of the back of the net. Let the crafty guys up top do their magic, and we'll take all the pride if you get a shutout.
Speaking of the